So much going on today. Of course, we are happy to have Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu to go through earnings for the banking sector. So, of course, we went over Zenith Bank's half-year earnings for 2025. We continue that conversation now with UBA. Of course, the financial services and insurance sector, I think, was up 16% in this second quarter GDP figures. Chika, you're welcome, sir. Good to have you.
Hi, Rutus. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. Packed today.
Today,
yes.
The MPC will finish today.
That's right.
I think it's between 1:30 and 2 o'clock.
That's right. We'll get the decision.
We had a verdict.
Yes.
The usual three parameters.
Indeed.
Did they change? Did not change? And then we'll move on for the next 2 months.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yesterday we talked about the results of Zenith Bank half year, and then we talked about the fact that whenever analyzing the bank results, you must analyze them in the context of the macroeconomic system or environment that they faced, because of the banks have faced it. And in there, we'll give you the reasons why the banks are performing the way they are performing. And for example, we say one of the key issues that happened for Zenith, the environment was the forbearances.
Forbearance.
And then when we analyzed the forbearance, we said one of the ticklers will be in the banks. Let's see, the banks that normally pay half-year dividend, how they would do it, whether they would do it or not. And then we saw that Zenith Bank, also when we analyzed it yesterday, we found out that their impairment grew by almost 86%. And despite the fact they wrote about 1.2 trillion off in loans, they are still able to declare good profit, robust profit, and pay 1.25 naira on dividends. So the shareholders are in there. So it's against that background also that we will take UBA again today. Another of the FOGAs, the top 5 banks, with the acronym of the FOGAs. I think very soon we'll see the results of the other ones coming out too, and we'll try and look at them. For UBA, at the top line, it looks like, top line for Zenith yesterday, we say their gross earnings grew by about 60%. UBA own, the top line grew by about 17.3%, up to 1.6 trillion.
That's right.
And you will then see how it waterfalls down to the bottom line, which is the profit. And for UBA, you will see, as I said, take a step back. The banking business makes money from about 3 or 4 buckets. The first one has to do with in the financial intermediation. Basically, banks are buying and selling money, which basically means they take money, in quote, buy money from those who have surplus depositors, like you and me, who have savings account and current account, and then lend it or sell it to those who are both taking loans. And how efficient they do that, basically making sure the deposit they take lower costs, the loans they give higher costs, and making sure also that they're giving those loans come back so that it doesn't lead to NPLs, non-performing loans. And so this is what you see here. Gross earnings are 1.6 trillion, about 17.3% growth. And about, you would have seen also a fall down then to the profit before tax. A little below last year's half year, by about 4%. And then what buffeted UBA this year has been the fact that, remember last year we thought about the earnings, foreign exchange revaluations, and so on and so forth, and trading volumes. UBA on a quantum basis almost lost more than 110 million naira on trading revenue. Last year they made about 98 billion on trading. This year they made a loss of about 11 billion. So you can look at it. This is basically a major thing that happened on the loan impairment provision. Remember, they bucked the trend. In here, whereas we said Zenith moved up by about 6%, there UBA actually fell in loan impairment. They actually fell by about 47%. Which tells you that they have had a clean balance sheet. And this helped them also in reducing their provisions. The other thing you have here is of interest is the total deposits. it grew by 11%. It tells you again, like Zenith own grew, it tells you again there's still more outside there for banks to go and
to
bring in.
Yeah.
Customers still have confidence in that, and their earning assets grew by about 10%. Again, that tells you also they have managed their balance sheet very well. One of the major parameters here that UBA has to work at is the cost to income ratio.
Yeah.
Whereas last year it was about 50%.
Yeah.
This year, it crawled up to about 55%.
Yeah.
Against inflation and other parameters that are there. NPA ratio last year was 6.2. This year is not yet disclosed, but we hope that because of the impairment fall in impairment, that manage their tax very well, and so the profit after tax grew by about 4%.
Yeah.
So overall, very decent result for them. And then when things are decent like this, who smiles to the bank? The
shareholders. Yeah.
Yeah, and whereas UBA paid 22 naira per share last year, half year, this year they're very prudent. Remember, they're still trying to do financial capitalizations.
Yeah.
Whereas Zenith Bank has already achieved their 500 billion capital. UBA is trying to do that in the process of finalizing that. They're doing some, I think, rights issues now. I guess prudence, capital management, led them to say, okay, let's do 25 kobo per share this time. Compared to the 2 naira they did last year. I always believe that UBA has been like the forerunner. They opened the door for a lot of Nigerian banks in a lot of different African countries. And I believe that UBA is still more
for them
to do. I tease them sometimes. I tell them that UBA is like a car have 6 gears driving on gear 4. And they need to move 21 African countries. That's massive.
Footprint,
So that's that. So good result for them. And then we hope that by the time they achieve the capitalization, finish the rights issue, achieve the 500 billion capital plus, it will be close to the end of the year, and we'll see better results, bigger results than this one. Yeah.
Thank you for that. So thank you for going to Zenith UBA. We have just a couple of things. I know you already talked about MPC, but the decision is today. You want to settle on where you think because it's been very a range of forecasts. I think it's a hold. I think they will hold.
I told you that I will. I think I will hold.
Yeah.
If I were in that room, I vote to hold.
Yeah.
The parameters in Nigeria. Of course, the GDP came out yesterday.
Yes.
Of course, on the major thing on our GDP days, oil went up 20%.
Yeah.
And remember, I've been saying it here.
Oil is our
God's gift to us.
Yes.
Is oil.
Yeah.
President should just declare a sort of emergency on oil. I've been crying here since the day he came into power.
Yeah.
And then a lot of things are getting right in oil now. It's not reflecting our GDP, foreign exchange earnings, overall government revenue.
Yeah.
And because that's what God gives to us.
Of course.
And why they're trying to diversify. I will hold.
Yeah.
Let this thing sink in and stabilize instead of upsetting the system now. That's my only. But remember what I said also.
They have there's room to small room to
economists. Say one hand.
This will happen. On the other hand, this will also happen.
There are some justifiable reasons also to move downwards by even 25 basis points.
Yeah.
To see whether they can, but they're not under pressure to do that.
Exactly.
Like America, where
there's constant pressure
from President Trump. For them to move that,
All right, business analyst Chika Mbonu, thank you for breaking down Zenith Bank, UBA, also to see what happens later on today at the Monetary Policy Committee meeting. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.